Today we're making a flourless chocolate lava cake. Non-stick baking spray. We need to put on a pan of water and get it boiling so that we'll have it ready for when our cake is ready to go in the oven. And preheating our oven to 350 degrees. Then we're going to take 1 cup of whipped cream. I like to use heavy whipping cream because it mixes it much faster, and I just think it adds to any cake or thing that you're baking. So I'm going to put it on my mixer on high and get it mixing. Now if you have a bowl that's shallower than the one I'm using, I suggest covering it with a clean dish towel so it won't spray out. When it gets a little thick, I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of sugar. Now you just want to whip it until thick. If you whip it too long, it's going to start turning to butter, and you don't want that to happen. So here I have a large bowl of extra large eggs. There are 6 of them in here. I'm going to beat these at high speed. Okay, in here I have 8 ounces of semi-sweet chocolate and 8 ounces of bitter chocolate. I put them in a microwave bowl because I'm going to put it in the microwave for about a minute to melt them. Make sure that your chocolate is cut into chunks. I used the semi-sweet chocolate chips, which didn't have to be chunked, but my bittersweet chocolate came in a bar, so I cut it into smaller pieces so that it'll melt faster. So while these eggs are beating, I'm going to add a cup of sugar. And we're going to beat these for about 7 minutes until they get a pale color. Now if I stir this, those few lumps that are still in there will melt. Now we're going to add our chocolate. We're going to put our chocolate in. And also I'm going to put a half a cup of strong coffee. If you're a coffee drinker, you can use coffee that you've had for the day. Otherwise, I suggest using some freeze-dried coffee and making a nice strong batch. So that's a half a cup. The coffee should be cool. And then we're going to add 1/4 teaspoon of salt. And we'll get this blending. You should have a cup or a pan of hot water boiling right now. Get it boiling, because what we're going to do is put our batter in a pan, and that pan is going to go in another pan, and we're going to fill it halfway up with hot water, and this will all go into the oven together. It steams and cooks the cake. Okay, this is blended. All right, we've got our chocolate batter. We've got our whipped cream that's been whipped. We're going to add it to our chocolate batter. And we're going to add a half a cup of chopped walnuts. And we're going to mix this into the batter. Kind of fold it in. Folding is where you lift from the sides to the middle, kind of lifting it to the top. I'm going to put my pan in the broiler pan and put my dough in. It's going to be runny. Now I'm going to take a half a cup of walnuts and I'm going to sprinkle it on top. So that's 1/4 cup of walnuts we sprinkled on top. Now we're going to pour our water in, the hot water, and it should be about halfway up the side of the pan. We're going to put it in the middle of the oven. Very carefully. So we're going to bake it for 35 to 40 minutes. At 35 minutes, we'll check to see if it's done. 35 minutes has gone by, so we're going to check and see if it's done. But there we have it. So to get this cake out of the pan, we're going to loosen the edges. Now we're going to put our serving pan or plate upside down on it. I'm going to shove it to the edge and flip it over. Then, and lift it off. I'm going to let it cool for a little bit and then give it a taste. Now it's time to taste it. This gluten-free chocolate lava cake tastes delicious. Enjoy. If you have a question about baking or cooking, be sure and leave it below and I'll try to get back to you as soon as possible. Hope you liked my video. Be sure to like, subscribe, and leave a comment below. Visit BakeWithMom.com. Make sure you like my video. Don't forget to subscribe.